Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh. And today we're here to discuss a possible rumored Daryl Dixon movie.
Ooh, guys. So yes, this is heavy rumors. This was revealed from We Got It Covered, the website that does a lot of spoiler stuff. They have been right on some information, but guys, this is very high level rumors. AMC has not confirmed this, but we want to give you guys the information to chat with us about this. We'll give some pros and cons of what they've mentioned on this. So according to We Got It Covered, AMC is developing a Walking Dead spin-off movie centered around one of their favorite, most beloved leads, Daryl.
Yep.
As far as the chronologically of the Walking Dead universe is concerned, Daryl's standalone film will presumably take place either after season 11 or 12, and we'll see him searching for former series protagonist Rick Grimes while throwing in some flashbacks with his volatile brother, Merle.
Oh, yeah. So kind of I wouldn't necessarily say an origin story kind of deal, but it definitely will. I mean, Merle was a pretty popular character too, so of course they're going to have it. But with this news, I mean, let's discuss the pros and cons of having a standalone Daryl Dixon movie.
I kind of want to start with the cons first, because I think the pros kind of outweigh the cons, but I would say the number one con from this is people are going to basically assume, and even myself, that if they do this, The Walking Dead is going to be in very big trouble. There's already rumors out there that Walking Dead could go to maybe season 12. Now, we're going off of how much comic book source material is left. Season 11, they could stretch it out to 12, and they can come up with new ideas, but Daryl is one of the remaining main characters of this show, most popular so far. If he leaves in season 11 to do this movie, would he even be around for season 12? Like, how would they really work that?
Yeah.
So that's one. Another con is, let's say Denai Guerrera might be doing a spinoff of her own searching for Rick. Having two different storylines of searching for Rick, would that get a little crazy?
Yeah.
You know, would it? I mean, you could say it could be good because you're getting Michonne's path and Daryl's path, which ultimately lead them together. But is that too much? Yeah. Is it too much to say, okay, Michonne is looking for him? We know Daryl definitely would, but do we need to see that?
I'm no, absolutely not. I think that I would don't get me wrong, I do love the Daryl and Rick, brotherhood that they share.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. And they've had multiple scenes in The Walking Dead where it's just like, man, that is, when they get together, the acting is amazing. And I would like him to cross over into the movies, but not as a standalone movie of him looking for Rick.
Mm-hmm.
Because here's another possible con that leads into that. If you're going to have him searching for Rick, and Denai Guerrera is also searching for Rick, does that delay the Rick movies? Because does it make sense to put a Rick movie out when other people are searching for, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually you search for him, that possibly leads up to finding him. And how's that going to work with the movies?
Well, if they still are looking to do 3, of course, the first one's majorly delayed. It's nowhere near being done to even start filming yet. But let's say if Michonne and Daryl are going to get a spinoff of them searching, I would think that those spinoffs would come after the first film's already done. And by the end,
and the first movie could be Rick adjusting or it's obviously all about Rick and his current situation and whatever he's going to be dealing with.
Right.
So you could have one Rick movie and then this Daryl or Michonne movie. Well, look, there's no Michonne movie planned. It's just a Michonne crossover.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're hoping
into the movies, into the Rick movies.
Right. But there's also rumors that they could give Michonne a crossover, like working with the new group that she's with, and then ultimately changing her path and searching for Rick.
But that wasn't necessarily in movie form.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, you would have to think by the end of the third movie, you would have both Norman Reedus and Denai Guerrera in the film to then all reunite with each other and then hopefully head all the way back to Alexandria.
Yeah.
So you only need really one movie for Daryl and Michonne, if they did that, just to say, okay, here's them searching for Rick. And then by the third Rick movie, they're in it and they find him. You know what I mean?
I mean, because my vision was always that last Rick movie of him returning and seeing not only Judith which is obvious, but his son,
yeah.
RJ. That was always my vision to see, you know, the culmination of the Rick movies ending at that point.
I think it would probably be best if they did these spinoffs. It would probably be best to do them after the second movie. Mm-hmm. I think for me, it would be better to get the 2 movies in, and then we get the spinoff versions of them searching for him, and then by the 3rd, we'll see them in the movie and it's done. But
I'll tell you what, guys, with the timelines the way they are, I'm fully on board with you that if they do a Daryl Dixon spinoff movie, I think the Walking Dead series would have already be done by then.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard from the Walking Dead, you know, the showrunners that have said that they don't plan on stopping if they can. You know,
the universe,
the universe, yes, but they have spoken about the lack of source material coming up and how much time they think they have left. Now, of course, they're not going to admit it right off the bat. They're going to say, yes, we're aware of the source material coming to an end soon in our story, but we have plenty of stories that we can do.
But to be honest,
absolutely true.
It's absolutely true.
Absolutely true.
But you know, more along the lines of Daryl Dixon is
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus. Yeah, I mean, are you going to be able to do the show without Norman Reedus?
Right.
If the timeline, you know,
if it comes, that's a lot. I mean, your big 2 are Norman and Melissa McBride. Yeah, you got Jeffrey D. Morgan, but we have another video talking about his future storylines and where that could go. But they could make it work, but I mean, just us being big comic book readers, you know, we know the story, we know what's left, how much left can they do, and we'll get into that. But I think it could work, the movie. I definitely think the spinoff could work. Now, throwing in Merle would be fun little flashbacks.
That'd be awesome.
You know, it'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
It basically just Merle talking shit to him, like, don't give up. What's wrong with you? Actually, I don't like Rick. Remember what he did to me?
Yeah.
You know, like, why do you want to say that?
I think you're right. I think it would more be a flashback form of Merle, obviously, right? But because he's dead. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I definitely would welcome a Daryl Dixon movie, and Norman Reedus is awesome. So I mean, I think that he'd portray Daryl Dixon very well in a movie.
Now, a solo movie with himself, he's going to have to talk a lot more. So he's either talking to himself, he's either talking to hallucination ghost Merle, or maybe he links up with somebody, or maybe somebody from The Walking Dead goes with him. Maybe like a B or C level character that we've seen around, maybe decides to go with him.
Morgan
and helps him out. What?
Morgan.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
I would love that.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. But I mean, you'd have to think if he does go out on his own, yeah, he's got to do a lot more talking. It's not going to be a whole movie of him just walking around, because I know a lot of people who hate like the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit of no talking and walking around. They will tear that thing to shreds.
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be some interesting storylines for the movie, and what can you do that hasn't already been done is my question.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know, because and we can get into another video, but the one thing that I'm thinking is Virgil is going to be back in the season 10 finale, so I'm wondering if maybe Virgil maybe that's how Daryl finds out about Rick, because Judith couldn't tell him.
Yeah.
So I wonder if maybe Virgil joins our group again and helps fight, but then also tells Daryl, and maybe that kind of gives him the idea, which then will lead.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that Daryl's going to be pressing more on where Michonne is.
Yeah.
Why was it so important that she had to leave Judith and RJ? Like that. Look, Daryl's not dumb, right? He's going to have some kind of inclination as like, look, this was important enough. You left your kids. Like, that's Rick. That screams Rick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll definitely understand that. Yeah. So, I mean, let us know what you think, guys. I think a Daryl movie could really work, but would that have massive consequences to the main show? We know that the universe is ever going to be expanding, but would the fans be truly ready to see The Walking Dead end their series just because they want to do a spin-off movie, not because they're finished telling the story?
Yeah,
that's absolutely a big thing. So let us know what you think, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and stay tuned for more videos from us. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.